Club Lights Maryland. I'm Glenn Soames, and with me is Larry Herbert. Larry, what a great evening we have for the 2019 Lights Parade.
That is absolutely right, Glenn. It appears that the rain has stopped. The temperature's in the 50s, and this weather is just such a far cry from the weather we've had in recent years. It's a lovely evening in the maritime Republic of Eastport at the greatest little yacht club in America.
Yep, the Eastport Yacht Club. For those in the audience that may be joining us for the first time, the EYC Lights Parade is an annual rite for the Eastport and Annapolis area. Right now in the harbor is dark, but in a few minutes a cannon will sound, and it will be illuminating with a dazzling display of holiday lights from 40 boats out there to entertain us.
It's pretty amazing that we have 40 boats this year. Roughly, we have 2 fleets of 20 boats each that are on each side of the Eastport drawbridge, and they'll be parading around in circles around each side of the drawbridge, and then there'll be a halftime where the drawbridge opens up, the fleets switch sides, and everybody gets to see the other fleets.
Yeah, it's amazing. And you know what's really astounding is the amount of effort it takes to decorate these boats. I actually participated in attempting to decorate the Early Bird. That's the Pirate's Treasure Island, boat number 35. And we had many people show up to help, and it was an endeavor. But now I'd like to cut to Zach, our roving interviewer, who has some people that would like to share their feelings with this for us. Go ahead, Zach.
Hey guys, it's actually just me up here in the bar right now. Everyone having their dinner, everyone starting to get into the holiday cheer as the boats are just a few minutes away. I just wanted to show you some of the cool things that they have up here in the bar for available. Christmas cookies in the shape of a sailboat. How great is this, guys? This is awesome.
That's amazing.
Also, there's a Christmas tree one. You know, these seem pretty tempting. I'm going to hold off for just a few minutes till I finish this. But yeah, guys, everyone really filing in. It's getting really crowded up here. It's getting dark. The harbor almost completely pitch black, as you said, waiting for that cannonball. I'll come back with more after this, guys.
Thank you, Zach. One of the things that that makes all of this happen are our sponsors. And I'd like to shout out our title sponsor, which is the Long and Foss Real Estate Association in Eastport. That is headed up by Dan Early, who's the Vice President and Manager of the Eastport office. And they've been supportive of the parade at our functions and his overall enthusiasm. We extend much gratitude to Long and Foss for Real Estate, and we'd also like to make a mention of the city of Annapolis, because without the city, this just couldn't happen. This event could not happen, because they offer amazing support in terms of fire protection, traffic control, transportation, the harbor master control. Without the city, this event would never have grown into what it is today.
That's right, and you know, you stop and think about the crowds that are out there watching this event, and the amount of effort it takes to keep the traffic flow proper and ensure the safety and the health of those people, and the harbor master trying to keep 40 boats circling in their proper order, and people out there on the water that aren't participating from joining in. So it's a very Herculean effort put on by the city of Annapolis, and it's very much appreciated.
The cannon should be going off any time now. As you can see behind us, right now all the lights are off of the boats, and in just a few minutes all the switches will get flipped and the parade will start. And we're really looking forward to this event.
Yeah, it looks like we've got some lights up already. We must have missed a cannon, because now the harbor is lit up.
One of the other sponsors that we should probably acknowledge is our silver sponsor this year, which is Black Tie Affair, also known as John Bruno. John is a longtime member of the Eastport Yacht Club and a friend to many club members, a city developer, and he's been a supporter of the Lights Parades for years, both as a boat donor and a boat participant. In fact, his boat's name is Black Tie Affair, and we're grateful for John's support on and off the water. And as you can see, all of the boats are starting to power up, line up, and start making their way as they journey down towards the drawbridge. Some of them will detour into Ego Alley so that the spectators there will get a great view. And then they'll loop around in front of the drawbridge and then come right back in front of us again. So we're going to be talking about the boats, the individual boats. There's one coming up here that has a gorgeous palm tree and star. It's really spectacular, and it should be coming into the public's view in just a moment here.
Yes, that's actually the early bird, and its theme is a pirate's treasure island. That's the boat I was assisting in setting up the decorations, and if you look at that, that is number 35. It's a display honors the moment in the beloved Christmas movie Frosty the Snowman when the abominable snowman Bumble, wrong one, sorry, tall palm tree with a colorful parrot watching a playful dolphin jumping over the pirate's treasure chest and into the EYC rum barrel.
And right now we're going to cut to a pre-taped interview.
All right.
Hi, I'm Kathy Downs, and my boat is Early Bird. We are better known as the boat with the jumping blue dolphins. We are a palm tree with a treasure chest. We are the Pirate's Treasure Island. We've been doing this for the last several years, but we've been missing it for the last 4. So we're re-emerging this year, and we're very excited to be in the parade. It's amazing how you can take this design on paper and turn it into this. So I have a wonderful crew who helps make it happen. Thank you, Eastport Yacht Club, for sponsoring and making this parade happen. We have over 10,000 lights on the boat, probably more close, 15,000. We've built on and added every year. And we're happy to be back in the parade after a 4-year absence. Wishing everybody out there a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and we hope that you enjoy the light parade from Eastport Yacht Club.
And Kathy's boat is absolutely beautiful. I remember when she finished up her refit, she had a bunch of the members come take a tour right dockside here. Fabulous boat. One of the other sponsors that we have is another silver sponsor, Pier 4 Marina at 301 4th Street in Eastport. It is a marina with 34 slips and located in the heart of the state's capital. If you're interested in renting a slip, Snag a Slip will help you book a slip.
Yep. Well, we have another boat coming around in front of us that appears to be the Black Tie Affair.
As you can see, we have Rudolph-themed boats. You can see Kathy's boat circling back on the other side there. Just an amazing display of creativity and money that goes into this. Time, effort, and money on the part of all these captains is absolutely appreciated, as is the sponsorship of some of our other silver sponsors, like the Eastport Yacht Center.
Well, yes, and also a bronze sponsor is the Annapolis Yacht Club. Many, many thanks to EYC for their generous support of the Lights Parade this year. Our neighbor across the creek has a great party the night of the parade, as a viewing area is also on the water, just like ours. They've contributed a lot over the years to us, and we very much appreciate their support of this event. Another sponsor is Bay Ridge Wine and Spirits, located in the Bay Ridge Marketplace Shopping Center at 111 Hillsmere Drive. Bay Ridge Wine and Spirits was established in 1991. It is noted for its exemplary customer service and has one of the best liquor wine sales in the area. Twice a year for 3 consecutive days, Bay Ridge's well-known customer appreciation sale that literally becomes a community meeting place. Along with their beer tasting, wine tastings, and liquor tastings, Bay Ridge is just a fun place to visit and to patronize.
It is indeed. Just as a heads up, the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer boat that we saw was boat number 77.
Looks like we have boat number 45 coming there. It looks like the Santa Shark Waterpath boat. Name, boat number 45. Let's see what they say about 45. That's a 30-foot shark with Santa hat on. Interesting backstory about that crew is 2006 was the last time Captain Bob was in the Parade of Lights. This is a newly purchased boat, just purchased in February of this year with newly married wife and first mate of Carrie, just 1 year.
And we have an interview with Bob.
All right.
And your boat?
My boat, it's the Waterpath. It's a 57 Carver motor power boat. We're number 45. It's a Christmas shark theme. Yeah, like a baby shark idea with a Santa hat on it.
It works for the Nationals.
Right. It's thousands of lights and hundreds of zip ties, as my wife says.
Yeah, I can tell you that it takes a lot of zip ties to put those lights up. A lot of elbow grease and work on the pulley, flying up the mast to anchor those things.
And I understand that Bob and his wife are newlyweds.
Yeah, for 1 year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have some other boats. Here is U.S. Patriot, or U.S. And there is a patriotic Christmas-themed boat.
38 bay-bound, I believe. All right, we have an interview for that boat.
With the captain of that boat as well.
Hi, this is Eric and Paige Anderson, and this is our first time doing the Parade of Lights. Our boat is bay-bound, 36-foot dead rise, and it's going to be a patriotic theme.
Red, white, and blue.
We've got 10 grandkids that should be on the boat, pending weather.
Yep.
So it's kind of patriotic and, I don't know, family.
Family oriented.
Yeah, so...
It's our first time, so we're kind of, excited about it. Although we have watched the parade many times and are Annapolitans from way back when.
And we were very impressed. We just sat through this skipper's meeting, and I tell you what, they really do know what they're doing. So it's just, after coming tonight, we are so excited about the whole thing. It's very cool. Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
And it's a family affair with Bob and his family. They have 4 grown children, and they've been blessed with 10 grandchildren ranging from 14 all the way down to 9 months old.
That's amazing. All the effort that family's put into that, we really should show appreciation. And other people we should be shouting out to is the actual EYC Lights Parade Committee, the ones that put this all together. I mean, it takes a lot of time and energy and dedication just to put these books together with the tabs for the various boats so we can tell and share their stories with you on the air. So we have another one coming up now. Do we have that number?
I feel like I need to move out the way because I'm blocking the view.
Yeah.
There we go.
Hard to tell.
Hard to tell from this angle.
Let's cut to Zach.
Standing by now with Bethany, who's a 2-year in a row contributor here at the Lights Parade. What's your favorite part about coming out here each year?
Probably like seeing the lights and all the cool boats.
Do you have a favorite boat?
Not really.
It's 36.
Now, I heard from a special someone that if you move your shirt, it has.
Here we are.
What else can your shirt do?
You can change to naughty and nice.
It goes to naughty and nice. Now, why don't you tell everyone at home, which one have you been this year?
Both.
Both. Both. Okay. Very interesting answer. I don't know if you can go half and half on the shirt, but if you can, yep, there you go. Nighty.
Right, Zach,
Nighty
thanks.
night, guys.
Here we have the Bumble, the abominable snowman. That's boat number 36. That's the boat name of Raffini. Skipper's name is Jib Carson and Kurt Edwards. Their display honors the moment of the beloved Christmas movie Frosty the Snowman when the abominable snowman Bumble, who has been tamed by the famous prospector Yukon Cornelius, joins in to celebrate Christmas by placing a star at the top of a very tall Christmas tree to finish out the decorations, something only he could do.
And we have an interview with the captain of that boat.
My name is Mark Hergen.
And your boat?
It's a 18-foot center console Scout, and we're snowflake themed, falling snowflakes. So we're actually each one of the snowflakes is controlled individually, so they turn on and off in sequences. The crew has spent time at the computer programming different sequences, so that way each light goes on and off in different patterns. And actually, we added 5 more snowflakes last night, so we're up to 23. So because the crew are all wearing snowflakes now too. So what the heck, right?
And back to a live shot of the harbor. Here you can see Santa's sleigh being pulled by reindeer, followed behind him by an impressive snowman. This is Let It Snow.
Well, looks like one is passing the other there. The snowman's winning the race on this part. We've got Santa and his reindeer. And I can't make out which boat that might be. Here we have coming up,
Yeah, for the
Flashing.
people at home, we're getting distracted by all of these beautiful displays. One of the things that we did want to give a shout out to, though, is one of our silver sponsors, Zachary Jewelers. Zachary's is located on Main Street in downtown Annapolis. It's owned by Steve Samaras, who's been a leader in the jewelry industry for over 30 years and is revered for his diamond and jewelry appraisals. Diamonds are imported directly from Israel, South Africa, and India, and we are proud to welcome Zachary as a sponsor. The diamond necklace that Zachary's donated to the Light Parade is unique, very popular, and was a valuable asset to our raffle program.
Well, we're back, and here we have coming up here. Oh, look at that car with the Christmas tree on the roof. Well, that's an amazing display. Let's see which one that might be. Might be Hooked on Christmas, you think? Number 68? It's the Griswold Christmas Vacation.
That is boat number 25, the Griswold Wagon.
Yeah.
Woohoo 2 is the actual name of the boat.
Apparently they've been participating in the EYC Lights Parade on and off since the 80s. They've won the Best Large Power Boat a couple of times in the past and won the Up the Creek Award last year. They designated the boat to look like designed the boat to look like a classic station wagon with a Christmas tree strapped on the roof. They're bringing it home to decorate.
And the skipper of that boat is Scott Robinson.
Here's another one clipping by at a pretty good pace. Which one might that be? Can't tell, but it's sure decorated nice.
Boat number 64.
64?
And that is Christmas.
Skipper's name is Lowell Kirk. Boat's name is Essayons. It's a power boat.
And they are a member of the Kent Island Yacht Club.
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. They brought it all the way over from Kent Island.
Right?
Yeah. So I hope they have good weather to bring her back.
Indeed.
There's Santa's sleigh. Don't see a number. Well, another bronze sponsor of ours is the Helly Hansen, located on Main Street in downtown Annapolis. Helly Hansen is a favorite shopping stopover for locals and tourists as well. This year, HH has been very gracious to make a generous donation to our Skipper's raffle, as well as a special price on Skipper dry bags. As you know, if you are any kind of a water person or a boater, Helly Hansen products are simply one of the best. So we are very grateful for Helly Hansen for their support and enthusiasm for the Lights Parade. Thank you, Cameron. Very much appreciated. And I'll tell you, I've got some Helly Hansen rain gear, some foul weather gear. Stuff is fantastic.
Yeah, it is. And I think we're going to go to Zach for another interview.
Take it away, Zach.
Hey guys, I'm up here with a very special person here at Eastport Yacht Club. I'm here with Ed Wells, the Commodore here at EYC. And each year you have this Lights Parade, the 37th rendition of it. Why is this event so important to the Eastport Yacht Club?
Well, it's kind of a signature event for us. It started many, many years ago, as you said, 37 years ago. And it's really part of it's just an integral fabric of our club. This is who we are, this is what we are. We're a fun club, we're something a little bit non-traditional, and this is just resonates to all those different levels of who we are and how we behave. And so we really enjoy this time of year. We have a committee that starts at the beginning of the year, starting to plan this out with the idea to make every year more spectacular than it was the year before. And I think this year they're delivering on that promise.
So this is a year-round planning process for this parade.
Oh, absolutely. We start, I don't remember the first committee, but it's January, February, and they have regular meetings and, of course, regular exchanges of emails to coordinate, figure out what's going on, get the sponsors on board, make sure we get the registrations on board, plan out the routes, and then we have the seminars to decorate the boats earlier on in the year so that we can get people on board and again, focus on coming up with a spectacular event.
So lastly, before I let you go, I know you have a lot to do tonight. Have you seen the new cookies this year? There are some very special cookies this year that I found.
Oh, yeah.
Look at these nice sailboat cookies. These are just amazing cookies.
Yep.
And very festive out here at the Eastport Yacht Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and enjoy the rest of the night.
Thank you very much. Enjoy your time here.
Back to you guys.
Another look at boat number 38, which was Patriotic. We've had a couple of boats that have passed by that caught the camera's eye. One of them was the Island of Misfit Toys, which is boat number 4. And then we also saw Octosant.
Bring it up is another pass by Early Bird, the Pirates Treasure Island.
And that is
That's Kathy
Jolly
Downs'
Roger
boat. Yes, indeed. That's the one I tried to help bring it up. And we spent probably 4 hours, and when we were able to raise and post one panel of that palm tree that you see there. And they just finished that up, and we've exchanged emails and texts all week. And they just finished that up yesterday morning to bring it over here to get ready for the Lights Parade. There's if you looked at that interview and you saw that picture that Kathy had drawn up, there's probably, if I want to guess at that, there's probably 8 or 10 panels that all have to be put together, tied together, and tested just to put that one show on for this one night. It's an amazing amount of effort that all these captains put together and their crews. And they're actually, we show their appreciation here at the Eastport Yacht Club. We'll have a captain and crew's luncheon for them tomorrow, where the awards that are handed out each year for these boats will be distributed and announced. Those awards consist of, if you give me a second, Best in Show, Best Illumination or the Tom Stadler Award, Best Animation, Best Spirit, Bob Dunn Memorial Award, Long and Foster Sponsor Award, Best Sailboat Overall. And here we have Rudolph coming by.
Boat number 51. That is boat owned by Keith DeWeese. And the theme description is a bright red nose and sparkling antlers are what make Rudolph special.
And then we got, is that the Rudolph there with the red nose, right?
That is
no, that's another
77.
boat.
That's a second Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. We have 51 and 77 sporting the Rudolph theme.
You know, these awards that are handed out at this luncheon, you know, those are made possible by our sponsors, and that's really what attracts the boats to participate in these Lights Parades. Is the support of our sponsors able to fund and provide these awards to these captains for the efforts that they've made. So I think, you know, as we talk about our sponsors here, I think it's important that our viewers, if you will, recognize that and make an effort to patronize them, or at least mention that they heard about them, the Eastport Yacht Club Lights Parade.
Yep, and I believe we're going to peel away for another interview.
All right.
My name's Rick, and I'm with Watermark, driving the Miss Anne on Saturday night as the Angel Fleet in the Parade of Lights. Our team is the Watermark team. Watermark being the tour boats in Annapolis here, and Watermark has put the Miss Anne into the Parade of Lights this year.
And that was boat number 77, the Jolly Express Elf, helping Santa navigate Spa Street and spreading holiday cheer to all.
You know, I don't know if we mentioned, but the two fleets, one is the Angel Fleet that's out in front of us, and the other is the Star Fleet that'll be switching here, I think in, was it 45 minutes each half?
I believe
so. There'll be a cannon sound again for the switch. So that's coming up.
And as you can see in the background here, all of the boats make a wide sweeping arc around the harbor. Directly across the harbor from us is the U.S. Naval Academy, and there are spectators lined all along the banks of the harbor. Any place where there's standing room, there are spectators. And this is one of the 4 big events that happen every year. So this is the sort of the one that closes out the year, but in the spring we have the sock burning and oyster roast to signify the start of spring. We have the July 4th fireworks that are literally launched right here from a barge, and it's an amazing patriotic display of fireworks. And the third out of the 4 is the annual tug-of-war between the city of Annapolis and the maritime Republic of Eastport, where there's actually a rope stretched across the harbor and teams compete to either out-tug or out-chug each other.
You know, that's right, and EYC's team actually won their tug this year against AYC. So we got a little bit of that going for us. And you know, the other event that we don't sponsor, but that occurs, and that is we have a signature view of, and that's the graduation air show from the Naval Academy. They come by and they're loud, and you can almost count the rivets on the jets as they come by and do the Blue Angels doing their thing out there in front of us. It's an amazing time.
How could I forget?
No, it's we don't put that on, but we certainly enjoy it.
Yeah, and if you're a member of the Eastport Yacht Club, you can experience every one of these events right from the club. The Blue Angels fly right behind us here. Of course, you can see the boats for the Parade of Lights. The firework display is right there. So if you're not a member of the Eastport Yacht Club, consider joining, because it's a great community. Lots of lovely boaters. Some of the best people you'll ever meet. And that's why I say it's the greatest little yacht club
in America. Yeah, it is. And you know, I've spent 37 years since I've moved my family to Annapolis, and joining the Eastport Yacht Club probably was one of the most beneficial things that we've done. One of the most.
And there's another view of Santa Shark, which is boat number 45.
That's 45. Yep. And you know what, Larry, it's interesting to mention that you don't have to have a boat to actually join the Eastport Yacht Club.
This is true.
So it's nice to have a boat, and we encourage you to have a boat, but it's not a prerequisite, shall we say.
No. And there are other great events surrounding the club. There are incredible fundraisers. There's a very active sailboat race scene. And even if you don't race, you can volunteer to help call the boat numbers, the sail numbers, as they cross the finish line. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I do a lot of volunteering for that. That's on the race committee that we have. Eastport Yacht Club is founded on the spirit of volunteerism, and most of the things that we put on are put on by volunteers, member volunteers and their spouses that give their time to participate in these activities and formulate these events and put them on for our members. And that's how you get to meet people and you get to participate, and it's an amazing experience, and it's an amazing club.
It is. And I think we're going to go back to Zach for another interview.
Let's go, Zach.
Uh-oh. That's okay. While Zach gets ready, we can talk about another one of our sponsors, WNAV, who is covering the parade right across from us here. That's 1430 on your AM dial. They may be last on our sponsor list, but they certainly aren't the least. It's a local radio station of choice who broadcasts the parade from the clubhouse every year. And we're very grateful for all that they do for the Lights Parade and for the club in general. In addition to that, we also get a guest spot on the boat show on a Wednesday in late November to promote and talk about the Lights Parade. So thank you, WNAV, for everything you do. Everyone in Annapolis enjoys listening to you.
You know, this fun fact about the Lights Parade, the scariest year was in around 1995 when the boats were assembling for the parade. The wind picked up to almost 50 knots, surprising parade operations. The parade went on because the chairman that year, Robin Allison, founding member number 12, decided it's safer to stay out on the water than to try to dock all the registrants. But it was a harrowing experience nonetheless. Next year will be the 38th annual Lights Parade, and it'll be the 40th anniversary of the Eastport Yacht Club. Expectations are high for that parade. Some are thinking it already, in particular the Lights Parade Committee, who has dedicated, as our Commodore said, many, many hours and pounded the streets to get our sponsors and line them up and recruit these captains out there and convince them to participate in this wonderful show that we're putting on tonight. So.
And I think Zach might be ready with that interview.
Is Zach ready now? Let's go, Zach.
Hey guys, yeah, it's just me up here right now, but I wanted to relay some information. So far, the overwhelming favorite boat that we've seen so far out of, I believe it's the Angel Fleet, the Griswold family car. Fan favorite up here in the bar so far. Great boat. I've seen a lot of other great ones as well, but the Griswold one really sticking out as everyone's favorite so far.
That was very interesting, Zach. Thanks for that input. As you see U.S. Patriot passing once more behind us, very colorful patriotic display, honoring our troops and probably honoring the U.S. Naval Academy since we share the hometown with them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The Naval Academy plays a very important part of Annapolis, and the young men and women that attend there grace our presence, and we're glad to have them. And they actually occasionally we see them run around here at the Eastport Yacht Club. It's great to have them.
Also in Annapolis are numerous booster sponsors for the Lights Parade, like McGarvey's Pub, Leeward Market, Annapolis on the Level, and that's just a few. We'll mention many more of them as time goes on tonight. I think right now we have a little bit of a lull in the parades, and I think we're about to switch up the fleets. So let's go back to Zach. And we'll come back to us, we'll go back to Zach when Zach is ready.
We'll get back to Zach, but I'd like to continue and finish this list of awards that kind of basically are used to reward these captains out there. We have another award called the Best Power Boat overall, Best Small Boat up to 25 feet in length, Best Medium Boat 25 to 40 feet in length, and Best Large Boat 40 feet and over. The Best New Entry, which we have several, there's 40 boats, the most ever, so we've got a lot of new entries. The EYC Sailboat Award, EYC Powerboat Award, Up the Creek Shearwater Community Award, and finally the People's Choice, which is online voting. So those of you out there, if you watch these boats go by, you have an opportunity to vote on the EYC Facebook page for your favorite. Now Zach said that the Griswolds are winning here in the bar, but we really would like your input, and you actually will be the deciding factor. We can't trust those in the bar. They've been drinking.
Well,
or maybe been
maybe.
Perhaps drinking. Yes, I'd say so. Here comes a new boat. Is that a new one? Is that an existing one?
I think it was one that passed by earlier. I can't quite get the number from here. However, while we're here,
oh wow.
Yeah, so that's okay.
That's okay. Let's go to Kim. Zach, take it away.
Kim Novell, and I'm thrilled that I was picked as this year's Lights Parade artist.
So tell our listeners the concept. I understand that certain elements need to be included.
The yacht club says that you need the skyline and the burgee, and I think that is really it. That's the two requirements. So I really wanted to put the club in there because I hadn't seen it in a lot of the paintings. I also wanted the boats. Some artists do don't do it as a literal Lights Parade poster, but I wanted to do, for you to see the Light Parade, I wanted the bridge in there. So I brought it to the board, and it's a hard thing to do because it's at night, so you can't see anything, but you have to paint everything as if you could see it. So I was trying to do like a sunset as if the lights were on and the sun was setting, and I brought that picture to the board, and they were like, there's too much pink. So I tried to do it a little bit more at dusk, so there's a lot of blue now. And Trudy, I had just kind of painted general sailboats, and Trudy has suggested the angel boat, which I think worked really well with the painting. And I've always been a fan of the Angel boat, so that is what I put in there. So I really wanted to play with the reflections off the sailboat in the water, and especially the angel reflections. And I got interested this year at the sailboat show. I painted pictures of the sailboat show, and all of the sail flags reflected really beautifully in the water. So I knew when Trudy contacted me, I really wanted to play with the reflections of the lights in the water.
Merry Christmas.
So, to create the painting, I had to do a lot of research to find these elements. I am not so good at painting from memory. So the angel boat was pretty easy to find, but there are not that many pictures of the club from the water, and no pictures of the club from the water at night. So I had to cheat a little and kind of go from memory. My husband and I had an argument one night. I said, the club has a purple light in the top. And he said, there's no way there's a purple light at the top of the club. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure. So I put the purple light in. Luckily I was right. And also, this is not how the skyline should be. You don't see all these buildings in Annapolis and the bridge, so I kind of had to cheat everything just a little bit. And the club is a lot bigger than it should be in real life, but I really wanted you to see the elements and the people and the burgee. And then the burgee is the open drawbridge, so I kind of wanted to like repeat it right there. So everything's like just a little cheated, not exactly realistic. It was a very fun, almost years-long process, and it was lovely working with Trudy and Sherry, and I am so happy that it was well received. I was a little nervous, but I had so much positive feedback, and it was lovely getting to know more of the members.
And we're back, and coming up right behind us is Octosanto, and this is a boat that had passed earlier, but we didn't really get a chance to talk about it. Octosanto is boat number 32. The interesting backstory or tidbit about the crew is that they usually sail on aircraft carriers. Obviously, the name of the boat is Deployment. It's a medium-sized power boat, and we may have an interview with that captain. If not, one of the other boats that passed by earlier was a Jolly Roger Christmas, and that's the one that has a big light curtain, and you could see it's in front of the abominable snowman. It's probably not a good view from here.
So I just would like to mention that we've got some feedback from our audience in Florida. Ray Murphy's in Florida. You know, Ray's the head singer for the Dublin Five, and he was telling us that we needed to, we're looking good, and he's enjoying the show, and we'd like to say hi, Ray. I hope you're doing well in Florida.
And the boat you're seeing is a search and rescue, wrong page, is the Island of Misfit Toys, Rudolph and his friends, Charlie in the Box and all. And that is Towboats US is the organization that puts that on. If we can get the number of this boat, this looks like it is
Jolly Roger. Looks like a Pirate's Treasure Island boat, perhaps boat number 35. That is a boat that is, let me pull it up here if I can find it. Here we go, 35. That's a tall, nope, that's not the right one. That's not the right one. I don't know what that is. Can we get a boat number on that, please?
Hey, good to see you again.
As you can see, there's just boat after boat passing us. And Zach has an interview.
Here comes Rudolph again. We've got that boat number 51, isn't it?
Hey guys, up here in the bar, joined by another young visitor here at the Eastport Yacht Club 37th annual Light Christmas Parade. How many years have you been coming to this parade, or is this your first?
We've been coming here for I've been coming here since I was like 2.
Since you were like 2, so you've been at this a while. Do you have a favorite boat in this parade?
No.
You just like all the boats evenly? That's a very nice way to do it, just like everything evenly. That way you get to enjoy all the boats, right? Have you seen the cookies? All the cookies that are here this year? Do you have a favorite cookie here? What about favorite cookie in general? Wow, you're neutral to everything. Do you have a favorite holiday song? Wow, I see where this is going. You could be good at this for a living. Anyway, how about a cookie for your troubles? And we'll go back to you.
Way to go, Zach.
Great interview as usual.
Who do we have coming up?
We're trying to discern which boat this is that is passing behind us.
Do we have a boat number?
Nope.
No boat number.
That's okay.
Well, we probably ought to read something about one of these boats as they go by, even if it might not be the right number, because I think these the captains deserve to be heard about because of all the energy and efforts they put into this. Boat number 11 is called Frosty 2020. Frosty needs your vote. He's chosen the EYC Lights Parade as a perfect venue to announce his run for office. Our design has everybody's favorite form of precipitation, canvassing the waterfront crowds. Well, fortunately, we're not having any precipitation canvassing us tonight, but that boat is a sailboat, boat name of Ronan. Chris Rogers and John Wooldridge are the boat owners. It's a small sailboat up to 25 foot in length.
And I believe I can see that across the harbor as it had taken a loop. So there's a boat back there. It's probably 2 to the right of Octosanta. There it is in the far distance back there.
With a snowman.
With the snowman.
You believe that's it, eh?
I do believe.
All right. Great. Then we have boat number 10, which I don't think we've talked about. Yeah, we have talked about that. That's a Jaws. No, that's Jaws versus Santa. I don't think we have talked about that. So the bow of the boat will be decorated with lights to give the appearance of a shark's head. Suspended from a pole over the bow will be Santa's sleigh and reindeer. It will appear that the sleigh is narrowly escaping being eaten by a gigantic shark. So that should be one easy to tell when we comes by. Ever since moving to Annapolis, I've had an insatiable appetite for boating, says the captain. The Lights Parade is an amazing and unique tradition I've always wanted to be a part of. None of us grew up boating, but we all found it and are better for it. It's a power boat. Boat name is Puddle Jumper, and the skipper's name is Jeremy Giles. It's a small, up to 25-foot class boat.
Lights Parade, Eastport Yacht Club Lights Parade is awesome and has been.
So some of the other booster sponsors we have are Sophie's Crepes, KB True Value, who has saved me many a time from having to drive all the way down to Home Depot, because it's pretty amazing the number of stuff that KB True Value has. Sophie's Crepes, of course, makes delicious crepes and has quite a reputation around town. We have Spin Sheet Magazine is also one of our booster sponsors. Remax One with Barbara Best. Pusser's Grill, which every visitor to Annapolis has probably been to. Every
if they can remember,
has been to, and they may feel no pain because Pusser's is the home of the famous painkiller.
The painkiller, that's right, and they make a killer Nelson's Blood too. Man, I'll tell you. So here comes Early Bird again. with Kathy Downs in the sailboat class. And like I said, it's an amazing effort to decorate a boat like that. Now we also have, Carrols Creek as a bronze sponsor. Located in Annapolis City Marina, Carrols Creek Cafe is an elegant waterfront seafood restaurant overlooking Spa Creek. It has been serving the public since 1983, and it really is a pleasure to dine there, either inside or outside. Carrols Creek has been a constant supporter of the Lights Parade, and we're happy to have them. I took my wife there for her birthday dinner. It's a fabulous place, absolutely stunning service. Can't recommend it any higher.
And we're going to go to Zach for another interview.
Zach?
Hey guys, I'm up here in the bar again. I got a trio of guys. You can't really see it on the shop, but they're all kind of muddy. As you know, if you've been local to the Annapolis area the last couple days, a lot of rain, maybe a few sprinkles of snow, which everyone loves this time of year. But nonetheless, got some muddy guys. How many years have you guys been coming to this parade?
Probably about 7 years. Yeah, I'd say about like 4 or 5.
Like 8.
8, so you're the winner. But you're also the most muddiest somehow. How did you get so muddy? We're indoors.
We were playing football outside and I just slipped and fell.
Okay, what position?
We're just playing pass pretty much.
Just playing pass, so everyone's a quarterback, everyone's a wide receiver. Any Redskin fans?
I'm a Giants fan, that counts.
Oh, yeah, that's not necessarily a Redskins fan. Well, hey, maybe you're a future Daniel Jones. You never know. What's your favorite part about coming to the Lights Parade each year?
I'd say I like the leg the most. The leg from A Christmas Story. I always love seeing that one.
Yeah, there's the lights in general. It's just beautiful to see.
Yeah. Well, our old neighbor has a boat, so it's always fun to watch that.
Yeah, it's nice when you know someone in it. The leg is always a fan favorite. I think it's won the People's Choice Award a few years in a row. So far, I've heard a lot of likes for the Griswold family van. That's a movie that y'all might have seen. Y'all are young, but maybe y'all saw that movie. But that's a fan favorite so far. Leg, another yearly entrant here at the annual Lights Parade. For now, back to you guys.
All right.
Yeah, thanks,
way to go, Zach.
We are waiting for the changing of the fleet, and we'll start seeing some of the other boats like the amazing leg lamp from Christmas Story that those young guys were touting. Did get to see those guys playing football down in the yard earlier. Again, just speaks to how Eastport Yacht Club is a family-centered club.
We'd love to have them, and it's key to the long-term, I think, viability of the yacht club to recruit and retain young families like that, and bring them here and have them enjoy the time and these events, especially the 4th of July, like you mentioned, when the barge is 300 yards off the front pier here. You can't get a better seat in the house to watch those fireworks when they go off.
No, you can't. And some of the youth sailing programs that the club organizes is amazing for kids like the ones that Zach had just interviewed.
Oh, absolutely. And as a matter of fact, it turns out that our junior sailing program is probably one of the best in the area, and we're maxed out. We're actually limited to the number of people that can participate now based on the boats that we have. So we're actually evaluating ways of expanding that to be able to accommodate the demand for our junior fleet sailing program. And also, as a member, if you're a member here, we have boats that you can rent and lease and take out. We have actually paddle boards, we have kayaks, we have small lasers, and some actually I want to say J12s, small boats, sailboats to take out, if you remember.
Yeah.
So we want to keep this thing nautical.
Yep. And it's just a special moment when you see the youth sailing award ceremonies when these kids come back in after having so much fun out on the water, and then to see them get the trophies.
That's boat 10 going
amazing.
by.
That is 45 was the number.
45?
Yep, that was the number I saw. That is
okay.
Santa Shark, which has passed a couple of times before. That is Bob Santacroce, and we ran an interview with Bob earlier.
That's right.
And 2006 was the last time Captain Bob was in the Parade of Lights. So that's a 13-year hiatus.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad we got him back, though.
Yep.
It's a beautiful boat.
It is. Very impressive. And thanks, Bob, for helping make it happen.
Exactly. Yep, can't do it without you. Well, we've got another boat, number 31. It's not in front of us, but I think it's something we should talk about. That's Jolly Roger Christmas. To show that even a grumpy old skeletons can be festive, we're placing a Santa hat on our Jolly Roger and firing wreaths from our cannons. That's probably the one we mistook earlier with the hat on the skull and crossbones, or I mistook. Okay, it's a sailboat. Boat name is 5 O'Clock. It's owned by Michael Jewell, the skipper. It's a large 40-foot boat. And we very much appreciate it there, Michael, and I'm glad you're participating.
And U.S. Patriotic is circling around once
Coming
again.
on again.
A lot of lights on that boat. You'll see it starting to appear behind my head momentarily.
Well, there's another.
We do have interview from last year where one of the captains was talking about the strobes on the boat.
Oh yeah.
And that's really interesting because he gave a lot of technical detail. And if we have that queued up, we might be able to play that now.
Yeah, that was an awesome boat.
Hello, my name is Adam Jewer. I've been doing the parade for about 15 years now. I've done many positions in the parade, and the position I did last year was the fleet leader of the Angel Fleet, which I'm doing again this year. And we had a boat last year that their decoration was nice little yellow blinking strobes, which is also our identifier for the fleet. So what we've done is we've added some new lights this year, and we put some light bars together to add on some red and green and keep it a little festive, and hopefully let the boats identify us as the fleet leader so that they can follow us and make the parade work. Thanks.
And we're back live.
Well, Larry, I'd like to talk about another boat here. They're about to change fleets, so I wanted to make sure we get the Angel Fleet boats discussed so people understand what they in front of us. And boat number 66 theme name is Crabs for Christmas. The theme description is "Please play Crabs for Christmas" by David the Boy if possible. That's a signature Maryland song, isn't it?
Yep.
And that's owned by Jeffrey Busnick, and he's a member of the Harold Harbor and Ornithology Club.
Wow, bird watcher.
I got that out without muttering it too bad.
That's okay.
Then we have boat number 68, which is themed "Hooked on Christmas." Santa slaying reindeer with Santa fishing for a striped bass. Interesting backstory on that is Rob Harrell, Benjamin Sanders, Betsy Saunders, Bill Guys, plus one more are the crew on that boat. It's a power boat. The boat name is Rockhead. It's owned by Greg Saunders.
And we have an interview there.
Oh boy, go get it, Jack.
Hi, we're at Eastport Yacht Club. What's your name?
Greg Saunders.
And you're a skipper for Lights Parade?
Yes, I am.
What's the name of your boat?
Rockhead.
And tell us about Rockhead.
It's a 23-foot Chris Craft center console, and we are our theme is Hooked on Christmas, and we'll be towing a kayak with us that will have a fish jumping out of the water.
And you can see behind us, we also have Octasana, which is boat number 32. Octasana, whoop, I'm missing my place.
I got it here. It's they usually sail on aircraft carriers, apparently, and the boat's name is Deployment, and it's owned by Gary Pantanode.
that is
Gary, I
so
apologize if I mangled that too bad, but it's a medium 26 to 39 foot boat. Club organization is RBSA.
And we have an interview with Gary.
Another interview.
My name's Gary Patnode. We're going to participate in the Eastport Yacht Club holiday parade this year for the first time. And we have a power boat. It's a old fishing boat. And our event theme is Death from the Sea.
And so what should people look out for on your boat?
They should look out for a green Santa Claus.
And green octopus is actually what it was.
Here comes
pretty
that
impressive boat.
That's that one you were talking about earlier with the snowman on the roof. Which
if we could zoom
was
in
that?
and try to get that number on that boat.
Was that hooked on Christmas, the Rockhead boat, 68 perhaps?
It very well could be. It's coming right behind my head right now.
No, that's not it. Sorry.
If we can zoom in and try to get that number, that would be fantastic.
Most beneficial.
It's a nice power boat, lots of lights on it, and as we zoom in here, we should be able to grab the number and... What number? Or you know what? I wonder if this is the one that was all blue before.
Nope,
couldn't see
there.
it. Couldn't see it. We need to get a spotlight to shine on the actual number sign.
Well, let's read about boat number 3 because I don't recall.
Oh, this is. This one is the Jolly Roger Christmas, and this is the one that I was talking about before. This is boat number 31, and really impressive and unique light display on this boat. The backstory on that is the captain, who's Michael Jewell, said, "We really enjoyed coming up with this year's theme and had a great time building out the display. We hope it works."
I think it does.
There they are shooting wreaths from their cannon. The name of the boat is 5 o'clock, and it's a 40-foot power boat, which is pretty impressive.
That's a salute to our veterans coming by now again.
Yep.
Boat number 74.
Actually, it's 38.
38?
Yep.
Oh. Got it.
That is patriotic.
Yes, it's a red, white, and blue Christmas with an American flag made from lights, buntings, 10 grandchildren aboard waving flags, patriotic music streaming, mixed with Christmas carols sung by all.
And we have an interview with that captain.
Yes.
Hi, this is Eric and Paige Anderson, and this is our first time doing the Parade of Lights. Our boat is bay-bound, 36-foot dead rise, and it's going to be a patriotic theme.
Red, white, and blue.
We've got 10 grandkids that should be on the boat, pending weather.
Yeah.
So it's kind of patriotic and, I don't know, family.
Family order.
Yeah, so...
It's our first time, so we're kind of, excited about it. Although we have watched the parade many times and are Annapolitans from way back when.
And we were very impressed. We just sat through this skipper's meeting, and I tell you what, they really do know what they're doing. So it's just, after coming tonight, we are so excited about the whole thing. It's very cool. Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
And coming behind us is, again, Bumblebee Abominable Snowman. It's a sailboat. The boat name is Raffini. The skippers are Jib Karsten and Kurt Edwards. And what an amazing amount of lights for a 25-foot boat.
That's amazing, and I'll tell you, it takes a lot of work to put that stuff up, as I mentioned before. Interesting backstory on that crew is they all secretly aspire to be Yukon Cornelius. The crew is Jeb Edwards, EYC member, Kurt Karsten, an EYC member, Katie Edwards, Michelle Smith, Will Edwards, Conrad Karsten, Steve Cahill, Dave Laughlin, Lucy Edwards, and Jane Edwards. And the boat's name is Raffini.
Kurt Karsten and Michelle Smith, and we are with Jib and Katie Edwards, Dave Laughlin, Steve Kale, and assorted hangers-on. And our boat is Raffinet, and it's a Beneteau 42, and our theme is Everyone Counts at Christmas. It's the abominable snowman putting the star on the top of the tree when after Yukon Cornelius has tamed him by taking out his teeth, and he's the only one that can reach the top of the tree, and he performs a great service for everybody else at the party. Very excited. It's our
fourth year.
It's our fourth year with this display. We've been blessed with the awards at the EYC, and the award gods have rewarded us.
It's a fun event. We're so excited, and Merry Christmas to everyone.
Yes, Merry Christmas.
And Kurt, thanks for correcting me that it's a Beneteau 42 and not a 25-foot boat. That would have been really impressive to have that many lights on a 25-foot boat. We had a misprint in our program guide here.
So we have another very nice boat passing by behind us here.
A couple of power boats zipping by.
So let's read a power boat. Let's see, we've got a 77. Did we talk about Rudolph yet? The red-nosed reindeer, boat number 77? We don't recall. Rudolph the Red-Nosed, Miss Ann decorated as Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Captain Santa at the helm, spreading holiday cheer all around Annapolis. The boat name is Miss Ann, aka Jolly Express. It's a power boat. Skipper's name is Rick Nadolny. Excuse me, Rick, if I mangled your name too bad. It is a medium boat, 26-39 feet. Club organization is Watermark, and this has been in the parade before, so we appreciate his return.
And Rudolph should be passing right behind me in a moment.
Yep.
And we have an interview with the skipper.
All right, roll it.
My name's Rick, and I'm with Watermark, driving the Miss Ann on Saturday night as the Angel Fleet in the Parade of Lights.
So tell us about your theme.
Our team is the Watermark team. Watermark being the tour boats in Annapolis here, and Watermark has put the Miss Ann into the Parade of Lights this year.
Really nice that Watermark was able to put Miss Ann into the parade this year. Many people that live in the area know the boat well. We sponsor all of these and patronize all of the water services in and around Annapolis and Eastport.
Well, I'm trying to find another boat that we could read here that to make sure that we get them all read before the Angel Fleet sails away into Spa Creek, and the Spa Creek Starfleet shows up, which should be happening any minute now.
And that is Shark Santa. Yeah, and that, I believe they definitely are switching over now. This is probably the last loop that we'll see of the Angel Fleet, and they'll slowly start parading or lining
through.
up to cross in between the, what is that, northbound section? So
I don't know. It's they got to get the bridge open, which probably was part of the issue, getting it open with all the people on the bridge trying to watch the parade. It's kind of hard to get them to move.
It is
because they might lose their spot.
Yeah, and it's a narrow passage too, right? You know, so all of these boats basically have to line, you know, stern to bow, and then slowly and safely get through the passage between the bridge,
while at the same time letting the other guys come out.
Right.
So that's and it's tight quarters going through that bridge. You usually got to go through one at a time. You can't pass each other going two directions.
Right.
We have. Is that a new one coming up there with the flashing lights?
This could be the lead boat.
Could be the leader.
It is cold out here.
Now they got the heaters coming now. It's starting to get a little bit toastier in here than it was. But with that wind blowing today, it's coming through here.
And that may be the lead boat.
That is the lead boat, because here comes a new one.
Yeah, because here is Feliz Cravidad. And I believe that is Peter Holden's boat.
Yes, it is. That's the Atlas, and he's the gentleman that we have an interview with earlier on that we put forward. Can we do that again?
It's boat 52. Number 52, and the theme is Feliz Cravidad, saving the crabs for Christmas. We want to wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of the bay. And there is Feliz Cravidad.
My name is Peter Holden.
Tell us about your boat.
My boat is Atlas, and this year we're going to salute the environment. Our display is based on the blue crabs of Chesapeake Bay, and we called the display Feliz Cravidad.
Oh, very cool, very cool.
We're asking anybody that likes our display to contact Chesapeake Bay Foundation. We have a fund set up to save the crabs. So people can make a donation if they like our display to help the bay and save the crabs.
And the next two boats coming up are 60 and 65, which are Christmas tree themed. There are actually 3 Christmas tree boats. Actually, this may be Flock of Trees, and Flock of Trees. If we can get the boat number off of any one of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 gorgeous Christmas trees floating down our way.
Well, let's just read them as they go, as they appear in our tabs, because it's difficult to make sure that so if we read them all, we'll get them all. So the theme for boat number 60 is a Christmas tree lane. Santa's reindeer are flying away from Christmas tree lane where the trees brightly lit. They participated in their Grampian 26 sailboat, which recently sold and purchased this mainstay trawler for their highly anticipated ICW cruise next year. There will be 3 generations on board. Their granddaughter, Kara Cyphers, will be participating in her first EYC Lights Parade. The skipper's name is Sam Moynihan. It's a medium 26 to 39-foot boat.
And boat 65 is Molto Bene from the Back Creek Yacht Club. Their theme description is large Christmas tree. Then we have 70, which is Flock of Trees, which is J30. And we're going to cut away to Zach for a quick interview.
Hey guys, back up here by the Christmas tree again. I've got a new member with the Eastport Yacht Club. Is this your first light Christmas parade?
It is. Inside here, I used to go to other places, but now, of course, it's my new favorite place.
I can tell that you're very familiar with the lighted idea, as you've got lights all around you, you've got the light parade jacket,
yes.
You've got everything decked out, you've got sunglasses, even though it's night, you're set.
I am, and I'm going to tell everybody because I just joined the Yacht Club in June, and I'm already on the Lights Parade committee. I'm on every committee. So I'm setting a bad example for all those people that have been around for many, many years and don't volunteer. You have no excuses.
You heard it here first. You need to join the Lights Committee, because I heard earlier from the Commodore that this is almost a year-round thing it takes to do this Lights Parade each year. So are you excited to get at it early in January and February, all the way looking ahead to next December?
I am. I only joined in July, and we did 4th of July and all the other activities, but definitely this is my favorite activity. I've been here since 3 o'clock this afternoon.
Hey, I've been here since 2. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. Back to you.
Yes.
And I got to tell you that kudos to that lady that's a new member that joins and is participating in all of our committees, because that's really, when you join Eastport Yacht Club, the way to really get to know everybody quickly and to get enculturated to the Eastport Yacht Club is to join a committee. That way you get to meet everybody, you see everything, and boom, you're in.
And here is boat number 9, which is the Christmas story lamp that the young guys were talking about. This is Wiggy Wiggy, which is skippered by Julianne DeGroff-Fettis. And Julianne is very active in our Friday night racing. we have an interview with Julianne, and let's cut to that.
Hi, I'm Julianne.
And what's your boat name?
Wiggy Wiggy.
And how big is your boat?
It's a little 24-foot rainbow sailboat.
And what's your theme?
We are going to be doing, again, A Christmas Story. Fragile, you know, you can shoot your eye out. You know, everybody seems to like that movie. It's a lot of fun. It's a movie that's kind of lasted through over the years. So we're going to have some additional lights and everything like that, but we have a big major award that we're going to have up on the mast.
Oh, how wonderful.
All right. We are getting boat after boat now. Looks like we have another Rudolph.
Oh, there we go.
Boat.
No.
Oh, look at this one.
They switched back on you, Larry.
Wow, look at that.
That's Falling Snowflakes, boat number 26. The skipper and his daughter were featured on the cover of August 2019 issue of the Spin Sheet magazine, one of our sponsors. During the summer, you will see the boat all around the bay as a photo boat for Deirdre's Marine Photography. Wow. The boat's name is Shooting Star, and Mark Hergen is the captain. Small boat up to 25 feet.
And there's the other Rudolph-themed boat that we have an interview.
My name is Mark Hergen.
And your boat?
It's a 18-foot center console Scout, and we're snowflake themed, falling snowflakes. So we're actually each one of the snowflakes is controlled individually, so they turn on and off in sequences. The crew has spent time at the computer programming different sequences, so that way each light goes on and off in different patterns. And actually, excuse me, we added 5 more snowflakes last night, so we're up to 23. So because the crew are all wearing snowflakes now too. So what the heck, right?
It'll be ready to snow 67. So here we go.
Yeah, can we switch back to that last camera shot? Try to get the number there.
Oh, that one. Can we get the boat out in front now? I think that's that canoe that's up there. The canoeing Santa, kayaking. No.
Yep.
That's boat number 5, which is
actually that was Santa and Rudolph Were Left Behind, boat number 57. That's captained by Jeff Kirk, and the theme description is Santa and Rudolph were ditched by the rest of the reindeers and are trying to catch up. Right now we're looking at a great shot of all of the J30 Christmas tree boats, themed boats, and they're just absolutely stunning. There's an elegance to their simplicity, but they stand out.
That's boat number 70, 71, and 73, if I'm not mistaken.
And 78.
And 78.
That may have been Winter Wonderland that we were just looking at.
Oh, we got a bit of a gap here. So again, I'd like to think maybe it's a good time to remind our viewers of our title sponsor, Long & Foster Real Estate, Eastport's office. They're the United States' largest privately owned real estate company and the largest global affiliate of Christie's Estate Company and the International Real Estate. Christie's International Real Estate is one of the top 20 largest private companies in the world, but our Eastport office has taken up without hesitation the mantle and become the parade's title sponsor. Dan Early is the vice president and manager of the Eastport office and has been supportive of the parade from the very beginning with his financial support, his physical presence at our functions, and his overall enthusiasm. We extend much gratitude to Long & Foster Real Estate Eastport office, and Dan, thank you very much for your assistance. Much appreciated.
Absolutely. We just had another good look of fallen snowflake, and one of our other silver sponsors that we should circle back and give a shout out to is Black Tie Affair. John Bruno is a longtime member of the Eastport Yacht Club, city developer, friend to many, many club members, and a supporter of the Lights Parade for years as both a donor and a participant. In fact, his boat's name is Black Tie Affair, and we're always grateful for John's support on and off the water.
Absolutely, John. Thank you very much. Can't tell you how much it means to us to be able to have our sponsors that financially support us and to be able to reward these skippers out there for all their efforts and the work and the sweat and just the dedication that it takes to put something like this together, to put on the show once a year for everybody. And really, I think this kicks off really the Annapolis Christmas spirit. I think this is the signature event that when you live in and around the city of Annapolis, once the Lights Parade is on, you know it's Christmas. It's the holiday season.
Absolutely. It's by the time the Lights Parade rolls around, you need to be wrapping up your shopping, especially if those gifts are going out of town.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we've got a little bit of a gap still, but we've got a nice long view from our camera on the dock across the water, and that boat.
And we're going to go to Zach.
We're going to Zach.
Hey guys, up here in the bar right now, joined by a very festive couple.
And it's tall.
It's very tall. So here's my question. Where do you find a hat like this?
I think this is from Disney World in Epcot. It's a hand-me-down from my dad.
Yeah, it looks like you could get it at Disney World. You got Lilo and Stitch at the top.
Yeah,
you got
right.
Goofy in the
All
front.
Disney characters. So subscribe to Disney.
Got some Disney lovers over here. So is this your first time at the Light Parade, or have you been here a few years?
No, we've been here
first
many
time.
years, like 7 years,
Yeah.
I think. This is our 7th year.
I was just looking on Facebook. It had a picture from 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Well,
This hat.
Not with this hat.
how many years has the hat been here?
2.
2. Yep.
Two. This
She
is
had it
year
last
2.
year.
I had it
Here, you
last
can see
year.
what it looks like on her. It
I
looks
had
better,
it last year, and he's wearing it this year.
It's a lot better.
So it's definitely a fun, festive hat that we will keep for many years to come.
What's your favorite part about the parade each year?
I love all the new and the different entries. This year, the J30s with the Christmas trees
yes.
are amazing. I'm glad to see them do that together. We absolutely love to see new
They're doing a great
entries
job.
and all of the hard work that people put in. And so, thank you to boat owners and people who spend countless hours to make their
And the
boats look
J30
great.
fleet's awesome.
Yes, we love the Christmas trees.
Got a fan favorite in the row of Christmas trees that we saw pass by just a few minutes ago, guys. Thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah.
Hopefully the hat and you guys will be back next year.
We will. Thank you.
Next year I'll have the lights working.
Oh, lights working. There you go. Something to look forward to next year. Thank you guys.
Great interview.
Well, you know, Larry, it's a shame they didn't wear that hat to the elf party that we have after decorating the Eastport Yacht Club. Every year, volunteers show up from the House Committee, who is our major, basically, if you will, our chief party officer committee for the Eastport Yacht Club. They put on all the special events. They give back to our members and to show their appreciation. And every year or so, they come up, we decorate the club, and then after that, we have an elf party. We have an award for the ugliest Christmas sweater, you know, the ones you get from your uncles and your aunts. The best outfit, mother-in-law, yeah, exactly. The best outfit, male and female, best elf hat, male and female. It's a wonderful time. It's a great time, and it's just another example of the Eastport Yacht Club, the way we operate and the things that we do to provide enjoyment and participation for our members.
And we invite all of the people who are watching tonight that are not members to please become members. At least consider it. It's a great organization. Floating in the back behind me, off in the distance, is boat number 69, which is Winter Wonderland. The theme description is snowflakes falling on Annapolis. And the backstory on this is, quote, "We should all be institutionalized for this." I think one of the other boats that came around before was boat number 44. That was the other one that we were talking about as being a Rudolph-themed boat. But who needs lights when you've got the Naptown Brass Band on board?
Oh, you know that's the full moon. Yeah, that's Mike Kristoff's boat.
Yeah.
You know, he's a fabulous person and a past Commodore here at EYC.
Yeah.
And Mike actually uses his boat now. He gives tours and B&B set up. People come in, they can takes them out, takes them around the bay, gives them a tour. He's doing a great job with that. It's kind of his pastime now.
And Mike is also very active in a lot of the race things. We've used his boat many times for a committee boat, and we have an interview with Mike.
All right, Mike, take it away.
Mike Kristoff.
And what's your boat?
Full Moon.
And what's your boat doing Saturday night?
Going to the Lights Parade.
And which fleet are you in?
We are in the Star Fleet, starting above the bridge. We'll be firing the cannon at 6 o'clock to start the parade, and looking forward to another good time.
And tell us about your theme.
We don't have much of a theme except who needs lights, and we've got the Naptown Brass Band aboard. You'll hear us.
Yeah, and you know you're right. Mike's boat is always volunteering out there, and especially in when we do the regattas, out in the bay, Mike's boat is often used for the signal boat to hold all of our PROs and all the people that keep the records and the notes, start the race, make the decisions. You know, without those volunteers to provide boats like that, we wouldn't be one of the premier regatta sponsoring clubs on the bay. So we really shout out to Mike and everybody else, that Dan Kroll and others that provide those boats that make our regattas possible.
Yeah.
Another volunteer.
And as you can see, Felice Crabadat passing by us.
That's Peter Holden's boat.
That's Peter Holden's boat. We also have
coming up
the boat with the Eastport Brass Band, which was Mike's boat.
Do we have a microphone on our dock camera?
Yes.
See if we can't pick up Mike's band.
Who needs lights when you have a brass band?
Exactly.
Here we go. And again, that's boat number 44. How many horns does a boat need? And if we could zoom in on these boats so that we can pluck the numbers off of them, we're happy to provide a little bit of comments about each of those as well. Or not.
Next year we're obviously going to work on the numbers situation, so we can do a little bit better job for our viewers and for the captains, because all the effort and the time and frankly the money that they put into this thing, it would be very nice to make sure that we are able to recognize them and make sure that our viewers know who they are and the story behind their boat.
No, so unfortunately, sometimes the boat owners put so much light on their boat that it drowns out the numbers and we cannot make them out.
Well, yeah.
So it's a good problem to have.
So I'm thinking that we have them put their numbers in lights, and so hang them on the bow, and that way we're good to go. Or some other arrangement so that we can see that and share their stories with our viewers.
And here come all of the Christmas tree boats. We'll get some really good close-up of all of these boats. We've heard several people commenting about how fantastic that is just to have the Christmas trees. A lot of these are the J30 boats that participate in the racing scene here. And just as much hard work has gone into these, even though they may not be as flashy, but they sure are elegant in their simplicity.
Well, you know, it might look simple, but I can tell you,
it's not.
It's not. And you know, one of the boats is boat number 70, and unfortunately we can't tell you which one is which, but its theme is a flock of trees. It's part of the J30 fleet. Boat's named after Sheila's beautiful smile. And no, they're not dentists. The boat name is Infectious Smile, and it's owned by Tristan and Sheila Keene. And Tristan actually is our fleet captain this year, going to be fleet captain. He's a member of our board.
Up the mast.
And and here comes the Wiggy Wiggy.
Yep. Just behind the Christmas trees, again, is another view of the Christmas Story lamp boat, which is Wiggy Wiggy, which is Julianne's boat. And we can see Wiggy Wiggy has just done an about face and is passing behind us.
No, it's
right
coming
now.
around again.
Oh.
She's just circling back.
Giving other captains some space.
Exactly. So we have an interview with Wiggy Wiggy. Can we tee that up?
Well, before we do that, let's go to Zach.
Zach's got
an
Victor.
interview queued up.
All right,
Hey
Zach.
guys, I've got Mike up here with us here in the bar. Mike is actually a friend of ours here at the broadcast as he helps puts on this broadcast each year. Mike, why don't you talk a little bit about what it means to put this broadcast
I think
on
before
each
we even talk to me, we should talk to Trudy, who is the chair of the event, or they're not going to do that. So we do a whole lot here, and I have to juggle all kinds of things. We just came in from the dock getting all of the boats coming through, and my favorite is the Griswold's car. It's a little slice of my childhood, and I love watching that boat go through. And it takes a lot of time. We go out there, it's nice and cold, and then we come inside and try to put it together and make it sound and look good, and hopefully it does.
Yeah, and you end up with me somehow, some way.
But yet, I set the bar even lower.
Well, it's only going up from here, so we might have a guest join us live. We'll see if we can swap in and out here. See if we can slide on in. We got a few of our events people coming in over here to talk a little bit about what goes into making this event happen. I know it's a year-long process that you go through, but when you start preparing, what's the first thing you have to do?
The very first thing I have to do? Decide I'm really going to do it. After I realize the magnitude, then it's a real decision-making time. Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 100, what is the magnitude of this event from an events perspective?
This year? Yes. It's probably 99.
Yeah.
So what can we do to make it 100 and make your job harder?
More boats. Well, maybe more boats. You know, we have 40 boats tonight, which is more than we've had in years. And that means, now my husband is I'm the co-chair, he's a co-chair. We do this together. So, but he's parade ops too, so he's out in the water. He does the fleets, puts the fleets together. 20 boats and 20 boats is pretty cool. Now, if we had 25 and 25, we would accept that too. But, you know, that's pretty much max, maybe.
So that's the hardest part. What's your favorite part about your job?
Oh, the people. I love this club. I love the members. Our two goals this year, number one was to make it a member experience. So we required registration from the office and these wonderful people here. We required wristbands of everyone here so we knew who belonged and who didn't belong. And then our second goal was to satisfy and really take care of our skippers. And we have 40 of them this year. So the brunch tomorrow is going to be really cool.
That will be a really cool moment. Now a question for you. I might have heard something about you being on the roof. Is that true? And what were you doing on the roof?
So I'm the events manager, and I also do all the marketing for the club, for within the club and our events. So we have almost no pictures of the Lights Parade. So I was up on the access hatch on the roof getting pictures of all the boats going down Ego Alley so that I have them for next year. So Trudy and I can make beautiful flyers.
Beautiful flyers coming in 2020, guys. Back to you. We got some dedicated people here at Eastport Yacht Club.
And I got to tell you, Trudy and her husband have done a super job with this. And Tom actually, like she said, is out on the water. And we have an award named after Tom. It's the Tom Sadler Award called the Best Illumination Award. Tom, along with his wife Trudy Miller, has been involved with the Lights Parade for 30 years or more. He's been the chairman of many of these years and has been parade ops in charge of on-the-water operations for most of those years. Pete Chambliss was a parade chairman after Tom and named the award after Tom for his many years of service to the Lights Parade. In 37 years of the parade, only 1 year it was canceled, and that was due to the terrible fire that engulfed the Annapolis Yacht Club. And you know, I was out, volunteered to set the marks for the parade, and had just set the mark in front of the EYC Yacht Club, and when we saw the smoke.
Wow.
Yeah, it was horrible, a horrible event. And,
yeah, that was.
But you know, what's nice about that is Eastport Yacht Club, we threw our doors open for the AYC folks and let them come in and sponsor. You know, we had to sign them in, of course, but they were allowed to come into the club for the 3 or 4 months. Actually, I think almost 6 months before they were able to get their stuff going over there at their temporary place. We got another interview. Zach, go.
We have a couple of new boats passing behind us as well. So we have a snowflake-themed boat passing by. If we could get a close-up, we could get the number and give you guys a little bit more info on that boat. The one that's coming up now we've seen before. I believe that is Shooting Star with falling snowflakes, but I believe Zach is ready with his interview.
Zach, you ready to go?
Yeah, I've got a special guest up here with me, up here in the bar. I got Tara with me. She's been a member for over 10 years. So Tara, what is your favorite part about coming to this parade each year?
Oh my golly, this party is the best. To see what we can do to get the whole community together to be a part of the Eastport Yacht Club Lights Parade is the best thing we can ever do. And to see everybody in the yacht club experiencing this, I mean, it's a home run. What do you think?
Oh, I love it here. It's my second year here. I've really enjoyed being a part of this for 2 years now. What's your favorite boat that you've ever seen here in the parade?
Oh my golly, remember the Flasher? He was way back in the day. So I can't tell you what year that was, but that was the best ever.
Yeah, that was well before my time.
Yeah,
but nonetheless,
Yeah,
I'll have to get
hello.
some pictures of that. But yeah, thank you for joining us. Have a great night.
Thanks so
and
much.
Enjoy the rest of your
And
night.
Hey, y'all. Nice to see you.
Back to you guys.
Thank you, Tara.
You know,
for
Tara is
everything you
also
do.
very active volunteering in the club and is actually chairman of one of our committees and does a fabulous job, a wonderful person, and just another reason why it's such a great place to be, because we have such wonderful folks like Tara and members that join. You can come here and never have to worry about it because there's always just full of great people.
And, you know, one of the boats that we're waiting to see is boat number 75, A Very American Christmas. And I just wanted to give a shout out because they are first time participants. They are a medium-sized boat. And I wanted to read the backstory about this because we gave a shout out to the city of Annapolis, and the captain of this boat, which the boat name is the Lauren Page, but the captain, Andrew Collins, is an Annapolis firefighter, and he and his wife Lauren met while working for the city of Annapolis. He named the boat after, and the rest was history. They have so much love for the city of Annapolis, and we're excited to have them participate as a first-time entrant in the Parade of Lights.
Absolutely.
So let's keep our eyes peeled for boat number 75, and we'll
shout it out.
Shout it out again when they come by.
Absolutely, absolutely, and thank you, Andrew, for all the service you do for the city of Annapolis and for decorating your boat and putting it out here for everyone to see. Great job.
Absolutely. One of the other things that we should give another mention to is the Eastport Shopping Center. Again, our silver sponsor. Everybody in the area knows where the Eastport Shopping Center is. It is an anchor for several businesses in the area that are well supported, such as Adams Rib, the Eastport Kitchen, the Annapolis Athletic Club, and the entire shopping center is about to have a pretty significant facelift.
Yeah, isn't that also that the Eastport liquor store is located there too?
I believe so.
That they're a silver sponsor of ours?
I believe so, and
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
that Zach has another interview.
Zach's got another victim.
Yep.
Go, Zach.
Another victim. I don't know if that's the right word for it, guys. We're having a good time up here in the bar area. I've got a special guest now. Grady is a part of the wait staff here at Eastport Yacht Club. Fantastic dinner. My personal favorite were the cookies. I really like the cookies tonight. The sailboat ones were great. But from the wait staff, how much preparation goes into this event each year?
Well, it's a good amount of preparation. The buffet you see behind us over here takes a couple hours to set up, but really it's just preparing for the mobs of people to come in, making sure that we have everything set. We ran out of wine glasses countless times tonight because everyone's buying a lot of wine, but it's really just keeping everything stocked and making sure that everything's bussed and cleared for the next people to come in.
How many years have you been coming to the parade?
To the parade itself, 4 or so. I've been working here for 2.5 years now, but this is my first time working the parade.
Do you like being in here?
In here? Yeah, I love this. I love working here. It's one of the best places that I've had the pleasure of working. The environment's so much fun, and it's all in all a great time.
Well, thank you for joining us. I'll let you get back to work. I borrowed him from working.
Yeah.
Hope that's okay. Back to you.
Thank you, Zach. And it's a great segue into Zachary's, our silver sponsor, Zachary's Jewelers. Zachary's is located 100 Main Street in downtown Annapolis. It's owned by Steve Samaras, who's been a leader in the jewelry industry for over 30 years and is revered for his diamond and jewelry appraisals. Diamonds are imported directly from Israel, South Africa, and India. We are proud to welcome Zachary's as a sponsor. The diamond necklace that Zachary's donated to the Lights Parade is unique, very popular, and was a valuable asset to our raffle program. Thank you. Thank you very much, Zachary's.
Cool.
All right, Zach has some more folks willing to speak on camera.
Yeah, guys, I actually found more of the wait staff. I think they're just tired of working, so I've corralled them over here now. So I've got a few people with us. What's your name?
Skylar.
Connor.
And then Grady's not too far out of the picture as well. He still has not gone back to work, for the record. So how many years, Skylar, have you been here at the Lights Parade as a part of the wait staff?
I've been here for a month and a half. Yeah.
Well, hey, how do you like your first Lights Parade from inside Eastport Yacht Club?
It's really great. It's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people. How about you?
I've been here for 3 years, and this is my first time being here for the Lights Parade, but I've been here every parade my whole life. So,
Favorite parade all time in your life?
Probably 2 years ago.
What was special about the 2017 parade?
My whole family was here, and we took my boat out, and we watched the parade on the water, so it was pretty cool.
That's pretty awesome, guys. I'm going to try to get them to go back to work, but I'm really making no promises, guys. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Zach. Appreciate it.
It looks like the parade is kind of winding down, but before we go, I wanted to give a special shout out to some more of our booster sponsors. So let's give a shout out to Eastport Shell and Sovereign Motor Cars, the Fleet Reserve Club. So if anybody ever goes to any of the boat shows, I'm sure they've had some of the pit beef sandwiches that the Fleet Reserve puts on. Aren't they amazing? Mills Fine Wine and Spirits, West Marine, Watermark Tours, Zips, and of course, rounding it out with one of the iconic Irish pubs in Annapolis, the Galway Bay Bar.
That place is fabulous.
Isn't it?
Yeah,
it's
great.
a beautiful historical building,
Yeah.
and I've had many a wonderful evening listening to guys singing Irish shanties on acoustic guitars.
Have you done their trivia there? It's amazing.
No,
too.
I haven't.
Oh,
I haven't.
yeah.
But the Eastport Yacht Club trivia is the best.
Oh yeah, absolutely the best. Absolutely the best. And we have Guinness here too, so we've got much got that covered. Absolutely.
So
this is it.
I think this is it. You know, we've had another wonderful parade. We've had some amazing boats, and I just wanted to thank, first of all, for spending another year with you, enjoying the event, and I look forward to more.
Absolutely, absolutely. And all I can say is go Sooners.
Oh, go Tigers.
Thanks for watching, folks. See you next year.